Welcome to The Good Ride. I'm James Beastie. I did some testing with Nidecker's gear this year again. I rode this with the Union Atlas, Nidecker K-On X bindings, the Nidecker Rift Lace, and the Ride Fuse. In those boots, I had the Footprint King Foam Orthotic Elite. So let's talk sizing. These 57s fit me so well. I wouldn't size down and I wouldn't size up. Now, when it comes to the shape, this is an asymmetrical twin. If you set it up duck and you set it up centered and dead center on the board, that's perfect. With the spoon nose and tail and the camber profile, I did feel a touch of washiness in the nose and tail, but it's primarily after the camber profile ends and the early rise begins. This is really easy to skid out a turn. It never felt technical, it never felt locked in, but it tracked really well, one footing off the chair and flat basing. I would say this is overall pretty stable and good for about any rider's ability level. So let's talk flex here. This Gamma is definitely softer than the APX, and a lot of the give is down in the nose and tail. Between the feet, it's a little more stiff, and there's good energy here, but it's definitely a little more on the rubbery side. The Nidecker Gamma APX is definitely a more poppy, more lively, more energetic board than the Gamma, and there's no getting around that. But this is still a very lively, very poppy, very easy to pop, very easy to ollie kind of ride. Both of them weren't fun for me to butter. When you really lean into it and get towards the nose and tail on a butter, you engage that spoon nose and there's no real place to hold you, so it washes out a lot. When it comes to uneven terrain, hard, micro bumpy snow, this did a little better than the Gamma APX. Soft, uneven snow, this didn't do as well as the Gamma APX because of that stiffer flex. When it comes to speed and base glide, the Gamma doesn't have as fast of a base as the Gamma APX. That feels a little faster, it has a little better glide. So if you're super into having a nice base, the APX is the way to go. But if you have to save money, you're not gonna get a super slow base here. Now, when it comes to pointing it, the Gamma APX is faster, it feels more damp, but the Gamma isn't bad either. It does a very good job for this kind of flex. Don't get these expecting to bomb the mountain. This is an asymmetrical twin meant to play around on the mountain. But if you need to make a straight line or two to hit a kicker, to get through a flat section, this is fine. Now, when it comes to edge hold, I felt both of these boards did pretty well, but they aren't hard snow to icy specialists. I would say they're competent with the occasional surprise ice patch, the surprise. This did fine. Now, when it comes to turn initiation, they both turn really quick edge to edge. I just felt like they could go wherever I wanted them to go, whenever I wanted them to do it, and it was a great experience. When I got the edge engaged and I started making all kinds of radius turns, I found that this is definitely on the turny side of balance. It didn't feel hooky or anything like that. This Gamma was fun. I had more fun overall carving and turning on the Gamma APX just because of that pop and that drive out of the turn. Now, when it comes to powder, this is for riding centered. This doesn't have anywhere near the directional float as, let's say, the Beta or even the Alpha in their line. Those are much better. That spoon nose that makes it hard to butter on groomers comes alive in powder. It doesn't really improve the float as much as it does improve the turning experience. When it comes to switch riding, matching up the side cuts to a duck stance, a deeper, shorter side cut for the heel, a longer, shallower side cut for the toe, really just improves turn initiation overall. So I love these as boards to ride switch. I'm not really a park guy, but I did like the lap or two that I took through the pipe with these. They carved the walls pretty well, and I think they'd be good but not amazing pipe boards. As far as jumps go, if you want to go bigger, it's the Gamma APX. You want more spring, more pop off the kicker, that'll do a better job. They both track into the kicker well. And for jibs, I'd be careful with the nose and tail. So overall, if you've seen a lot of my reviews, you'll be surprised that I actually prefer the Gamma APX. They're not making it ultra light. They're just making it more poppy, a little more stiff, a little more dynamic. It They're both really fun boards. I really enjoyed this softer, more rubbery personality. It still popped really well. And as long as you're okay with the spoon nose for buttering on groomers, I think the rest of this board's personality is just really fun.